Hey everybody, how you doing? This is Lewis from the Billionaire Vlog. This is video 4, and I want to go over a couple things today, Friday, January 8th. Basically, I want to talk to you about a couple topics. First of all, this cash flow versus capital gains. Now, with capital gains, a lot of people actually, your average investor at least, consider that to be where all the money's at. They'll actually flip a property, or maybe they'll actually sell a business, or do whatever they can do to make that quick, gigantic lump sum of money. Where the rich always, usually always invest for cash flow. Now, the major difference in investing for cash flow versus capital gains, cash flow is usually not affected by the market, where capital gains are. Let's say, for instance, you're sitting on a rental property that you want to flip. Well, considering this last, gigantic real estate bubble that just popped, I'd like to see you try, okay? It's not going to actually go for the money that you thought it should go for a long time ago. However, when you're dealing with cash flow, let's take that same rental property. Let's pretend for a second it's a 200-unit rental property, okay? And let's just say those 200 units were actually going for somewhere in the range of about, $700 per unit. So 200 units times $700 of rent every single month, that's going to be roughly about $140,000 coming into you every month. For a full year, what is that, like $1.6 million in a year? I mean, it's a no-brainer. So if you want to sit up and actually get rid of that gigantic asset, just because you want to say, for instance, make, let's pretend for a second that you're going to make like $500,000 if you flip that property right now, okay? Instead of filling it up with tenants and actually getting all that money in, because the cash flow, if you can wait a year, you'll be a millionaire. A lot of people don't have the, a lot of people don't want to wait because they're impatient. But realistically, that's what you want to do. You want to actually buy properties. You want to actually keep assets, and then you want to go ahead and actually use the money flowing from those assets, the cash flowing from those assets, to buy other assets. Because let's say, for instance, you took the cash flow from that asset and then purchased another 200 units. Okay, the money doubles. Or let's say, for instance, you decided that you were going to actually refinance. See, a lot of people don't realize you can actually refinance your assets and keep the assets with the huge chunk of change. Okay, and when you refinance that money out of the property, you're not going to pay taxes on that. Matter of fact, all you got to do is just go ahead and roll it into a new property and call it a day. Okay, if you ever did have to sell something, then you got to use the 1031 exchange. Okay, that way you don't have to worry about paying tax. You can tax defer indefinitely. But when you refinance money out of a property, you're not paying taxes off of that. Okay, so there's a lot of things that people don't understand when it comes to actually, keeping money in their pockets. There's a great book Robert Kiyosaki wrote. It's actually called Financial IQ, basically, and it teaches you how to, number one, keep your money, okay, when it comes to dealing with taxes. Also, The Loopholes Are Rich, written by Diane Kennedy, who's a CPA for Robert Kiyosaki. Basically, you need to read. Seriously, it's always been about financial education, okay? A lot of people don't read anymore. Everybody gets their information off the news, whether it's MSNBC, Fox News Channel, whoever. And then maybe they'll go online to feel like they're doing something interesting. So yeah, I read quite a bit. I read off the internet, blah, blah, whatever, okay? Pick up a book, seriously, and start reading, okay? Because your financial education begins there, not on the internet, because everybody wants to charge you for something. Okay, well fine, go buy a book. Matter of fact, even better, go to Borders, and of course, you can go to Borders and pick up a book off the shelf and just start reading it. Okay, go find yourself one of those nice seats in the Cafe Velo, and just go ahead and relax for a while and read the book, seriously. Okay, if you don't want to pay for your education, do it that way. It used to be one of my favorite hot spots in the world, just to go to Borders bookstore, grab a cup of coffee there, and just read. Seriously, this is something that you need to do. Okay, so capital gains, great, but not good. Cash flow, much better. And plus, not only do you actually get to bank all that money, okay, but you get to keep the asset instead of selling it when you actually go for capital gains. Because when you actually make a capital gain, that means you've lost the asset and you've got to start all over again. I don't recommend it. You guys, my progress has been recently for this past month, but the past week, that I've actually had to create a prospectus, or just basically a small summary of the business idea that I came up with. And so my investor will be back in town, I believe, today or tomorrow, and therefore I'll be able to go ahead and show it to him, and I'll tell you guys what my progress after that is. All right. Comment, rate, subscribe. I'd really appreciate it, you guys. Let me know exactly what you think of the videos. If you think they're bland, boring, or whatever, let me know. Okay, but at the same time, though, let me know if you think they're informative. That's what I really want to know. Am I helping you? Okay. Anyway, I'll talk to you later. Have a good one. Take care. Bye.